It depends on you. You only have to tell us tomorrow in the morning, and we are going to take note. We have 15 spaces. Thank you.
Okay, we are starting. Good afternoon, delegates from APIC, speakers, and general public. Continuing with the program, we will begin the second plenary session about policies and mechanisms to create synergy between academic, industry, and government. Welcome to Mr. Leju, lead expert. A plus, please. A plus. A plus.
Okay. Good afternoon. Hello again. We know each other. So here I come back. So we don't have the PPT here. Okay, great. So yesterday I shared some ideas about policies perspective. Now today I come to some cases. I will give 3 cases about the academy, industry and governments, how they interact, how they work together, and why they work together in China. So this is the idea. Very quickly to the, okay, here. So we are going to, I will skip this part. That's me. Okay. But this is not my topic. We have these 3 titles. Chief Engineer of Mining Research Institutes must be very good in mining research. And we have Deputy Secretary for General for Council. This is a politician in the local government in the city. Means he make decisions on money, make decisions on people. So very important one. And the third is the Deputy Chief of Government, means the head of government in charge of like a vice mayor. These 3 titles, not 3 persons that on the other side is delusion. It's in fact 1 person. So means we have 1 research institute sending his chief engineer to work for 1 and 2 years in a county, in a city, as the chief, as the politician role, means decides on major things, important things, money and people, and decides and work as the vice mayor, as a public servant role, means the head of government. So this is institutional innovation we talked about yesterday. Because many years ago, it's the other way around. Very often, it's the government sending a politician to research institutes. I think perhaps it's the same happening here in other economies. I won't judge it, but it's a general practice. But now in China, we have increasing number of research institutes sending their scientists, sending their engineers to governments to work in the government. And we have a policy that allows this kind of setup. They will reserve a permanent seat for scientists, for researchers, for engineers. So this is 1 case. And in this case, the place, the county or the city is located in the mountainous area. This is a highland in China. As you see, all the figures, you can understand. I think 84% of population do not have access to electricity, and we have a mixed culture, very different from each other, and the average temperature is very cool or cold. So it's a difficult place, but it's a beautiful place. A lot of resources, research activities, and because of why we have a scientist, engineer working in the government there, because there's a multicultural context and people are not very happy with the research activities, talking about mining, going into the mountain, like environmentalists, they are not very quite agree with this. So people from the research communities, from academies, are thinking about solutions, and this is the outcome. First, we have projects in skill training, education, and science communication. Means we let the citizens know about science. Science is for the good. And we train the people. We give them knowledge. We transfer the knowledge to the people. And we have funding for infrastructure and science research. This is accompanied by a public funding together with the research institutes funding, means a project funding for research. And we have established a platform for science and technology experts, means you see scientists, researchers, they have this aptitude for gathering talents, and there they establish this long-time mechanism that allows to have a sustained science advice to the governance of the city. And they also establish a new dynamism for tourists. That's me and my boy. Yes, because they established this national park, very beautiful place, and results in economic growth of that province. This is a new idea. We say science not only bring knowledge, but also generate new idea for development. So this is the first case, what the institutions do. The same story happens everywhere in China, especially in difficult highland regions, remote regions. It happens a lot to transfer the knowledge. So this is we consider it's a policy innovation, and it's a very new idea practice from the academy side. And from the government side, we have this TYSP program. Again, many, many years ago, you see the government supports scholarships, gives scholarships to foreign students, foreign researchers. Why? Because they hope to keep them here, to attract them here, to invite them to study in China and work in China, to attract the talents. This was the general idea of China's talent scholarship programs. But then, I think it's 3 years ago, we had this TYSP program. It's a completely new setup. Means the target is who has a permanent job in the developing country, another developing country must have a job and must have a reference letter from ministry, means recognition. He will conduct a 6 months, 12 months study in China with China's collaborators, a professor or researcher, working on a fixed term project. And the money, they give this 2,000 USD average support, like the monthly support. It's a scholarship. So the idea of this scholarship has changed, you see. It's not to keep people here, but to train people, to give knowledge, to establish connections with researchers from another country. So this is the idea of this project. We have some examples. Here is some eligibility of applicants and timeline. We have different phases. It's ongoing projects now. We can still apply for that. Yes, we are promoting this project also in APAC region, because we think it's important to inspire each other. Just as I said yesterday, that empower the people is the main focus and is written in the domestic strategy of China's innovation program. So we invite young scientists here in China to inspire us. We learn we've got new ideas from the joint work, and then after this they will go back to their own economies, and we keep this linkage. This is also a very new setup under the new strategy. So we consider this is also an institutional innovation. So the third case is about a startup. It's about the company which I am working in now. Yes, talk about going to the dark side. Yes, this is a dark side. It's a small company, startup company, only 6 years old, very young, and average age of employees 26. So you see, it's full of young people. And in these 6 years, it grows a lot. Now it's a let's say an online mobile transportation platform. It's an internet platform where you can have rides, something like Uber. Yes, and now we have 550 million users, so it's a big amount of users, and we have over 30 million rides per day, and offered 20 million job opportunities for, let's say, for the citizens. So it's now growing a big company. And how did it make such a kind of success or story? Because from the very beginning, the company worked closely with government and universities. It goes into universities to inspire young students to have this entrepreneurship and this innovation. He will bring the transportation mobility problems, real problems, as research topics and set up funds and inviting the university students and young professors to solve those problems and to gain knowledge. At the same time, it will